Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly intuitive reading. I hope that you are doing well. Leo, we're going to get right into your messages this week. We're going to start off with the soul's journey. So this is a message for sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Leo. Keep in mind, these are general messages, so take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Try not to build a story. If it's not resonating for you, most likely the message is not for you. Check with your other placements or any of the other zodiac that may just stand out to you. All right, Leo. What a powerful supermoon, the last supermoon of the year in Aries that we had just had last week. Very, very powerful for illuminating that which we must let go of. A lot of deep realizations, a lot of spiritual awakenings are happening across the globe. Let's see what's going on for you though, Leo. First card out, we have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So you may be going through the grief process or honoring the grief process of losing a loved one, losing a relationship, losing a job, a house, a pet, something that was very important to you. But maybe, you know, sometimes that which is so important to us, we take for granted. And we lose sight of how important it truly is to us until it's no longer around. Loneliness. I know that I'm never alone. Very similar to Aries energy reading that I just did. You may be self-isolating while we go through this transformation, this awakening, this process, and while you're going through the grief process as well. The energy has accelerated. The energy on the planet, the frequency is rising so fast that we have no control over it. Our emotions are coming to the surface. Our energetics are just like all across the chart, all over the place. And so a lot of times we will intentionally isolate ourselves, but at the same time, while we are doing that, we also yearn for and wish for someone else, or at least just one other person that understands me, that gets me, or that can be consoling through what I'm going through. Know that you are never alone. Your spirit guides, the angels, they are all around you all the time, all the time. We just have to get ourselves into a state to actually hear them. And a state of gratitude would be one of them for sure. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. When we get into a state, a calm, or at least a neutral state where we're just not panicking, because we do have worry at the bottom of the deck here, Leo. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. No, that is probably one of the most wasted emotion, like it wastes your energy, worry. It does nothing. Relationships below that. Try to look for what it is that you're grateful. If you have a roof over your head, be grateful. If you have food to eat, be grateful. If you have a pet that loves you, be grateful. If you have fresh air to breathe, be grateful. Clean water to drink, be grateful. Find that if your body is still moving properly and not in pain, if you're not suffering because we can look to outside sources and see people and places and things that have it better than us, but can you also see those who have it worse than you? Be grateful for what you do have right now, because when you get into that attitude of gratitude, it slows down the nervous system. It brings you to a calmer state of mind, and you're able to really tap in and hear the messages, right? So I stop worrying, Leo. You may not even be fully aware that you're still carrying this energy of, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, and I'm worried. You're going to continue to create and manifest more situations for you to be worried about. So try to really reel it in emotionally as best as you can and bring yourself to a calm state. All right. You could be worried about a relationship. It's not going to change the outcome. All right, let's talk about grief for Leo, please. Maybe you're worried that you're going to be alone forever, for some of you. I will say this, the spiritual awakenings that are happening, and we're all going through spiritual awakenings. It isn't a constant. Change is the only thing that you can rely on that will be a constant in this life. And that would be us. We are transforming and changing always. But a lot of times, back when I first went through it, it did seem to drag out for a long period of time. And I'm noticing and witnessing that these awakenings, this clarity with the solar flares and with all the energy, it's happening faster and faster and faster for people. So not to say to wait around for someone to catch up in consciousness, but know that you're not alone, and everything's going to make sense eventually. It really will. We're coming into eclipse season, which is big, another big pop of grand changes happening. So we have truth under grief. So something that you lost was an opportunity to appreciate it. And it really brought out some deep, maybe hard truths that you needed to see or understand. And this is kind of balancing the scales out in a situation, in an aspect of your life here, Leo. How do you treat yourself? Self-love. How do you talk to yourself? Have you abandoned yourself on your journey? Have you left yourself? We all have. When we start to awaken, we're like, I don't even know who I was back then. We have to play these certain characters, these roles we sign up for. We get pulled into them. The truth. That, and we also have characters that are signed up to meet up with us in life, and we teach each other lessons, big life lessons. They're not easy. They don't feel good, usually. I mean, there are good life lessons too, of course. I mean, good, bad. There are life lessons that feel good, and there are life lessons that feel bad. And from this grief I'm here and the loneliness, something you're still honoring this grief process here. Yes, suffering in silence. So you are self-isolating, Leo. Or you're just not, if you're not physically isolating yourself, you're not expressing or talking about what it is that you're going through with this loss and this pain. And you're just keeping it all in. That's where you feel alone here. Maybe wishing that there was somebody that just understood you, that maybe had just the right words to say to help ease some of your pain. There's no need to suffer in silence, Leo. Express yourself. And if you don't have a physical person to express yourself to yourself. Talk out loud. Write it down. Get it out of you. Get it out of your system. The waiting game. Okay, so there's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes right now here, Leo. And you're not really sure if what it is that you are desiring or hoping for, what it is you're worried is not going to happen. And I can't help it, every time I pick this card up, I see relationships below there. if you're going to have healthy, harmonious relationships, or this could be for someone in specific, or it could be in general. These are general messages. Seems like you've been waiting, maybe your whole life, right? Again, if you practice being in the present moment as much as you can, being very present right now, right here, right now, and what can I be grateful for at this now moment, instead of thinking too far into the future, which then brings up anxiety and worry, or going back too far into the past of what happened and bringing you back into grief. You will find gratitude for where you are right here, right now. And the time will change. You can bend time this way, and you won't find yourself in this waiting game. But I'm also getting that there are things that are happening beyond your knowing, beyond your anything that you can do about it, that are happening behind the scenes. So let all the pieces fall into place as they will, and stop worrying, Leo. Patience and planning at the bottom of the deck here. And this is really about, I see the two pillars. And the two pillars to me represent a foundation of sorts, a solid foundation. And I'm also seeing the 4 seasons here. Understanding that change, no matter what happens, what changes, that you can have this form and build this solid foundation within yourself, that nothing is going to move it. It's that analogy of the tree that is deeply rooted into the earth. No matter what winds and rains and things bring it, it will sway, it will bend, but it will not break. It is deeply grounded. Okay? So practice being very present. It goes a long way, trust me. Eckhart Tolle. Read some of his books or listen to some of his videos. That would be very helpful for you. Some other suggestions. Michael Singer has some great material out there too. He has a few books and he has a lot of videos on YouTube. His book is, one of his popular books is The Untethered Soul. Wayne Dyer, another. I'm just giving you some of my favorites that help me kind of bring it all back to right now, right? Whenever we get too much in the head and we're too anxious or worried or grieving, and it seems as though Leo, you're going too far ahead of yourself, or you're going back. And you can't take anything back that's happened. It was all meant to happen. Everything. So forgive. Appreciate the lessons and the experiences that you've had so far. Let's clarify for Leo. And sometimes, we are in this void or this solitude. Spirit puts us there for a reason, and that's also so that we can become very comfortable with ourselves. Very comfortable with ourselves so that we are that solid foundation in our life. No matter what changes and seasons happen, we can just stand tall and present through it all. 10 of Pentacles. So it seems as though what you're grieving had to do with your legacy. You may have lost everything. For some of you, this could be, I lost money, I lost status, if you identify with those things, that certainly would be the grief process. If you identify with your things, with your money, your material possessions, your status, your reputation, right? Either that, or because I'm also picking up relationships here, and this fell under truth. For some of you, the truth is that these things were not important. What was truly important was connection, to another, heart-to-heart connections, because you're feeling so alone. You can have all the money and status and things in the world, and you know what? Those people are so unhappy. They may act like they're happy. They may be temporarily happy with their things, but that falls numb very quickly. Trust me, I've been in both scenarios where I've had a lot and I've had very little. And the happiest I was, well, now, but I didn't care that I lost everything, that I gave everything up. I needed to feel good, and things, it didn't make me feel good. It made me feel worse. And trying to live up to some status quo, you know, label or identity that wasn't even me. This could be you. Three of Swords. Okay, so again, suffering in silence. These are the life lessons we go through, Leo. The heartbreak, the backstabbing, the betrayal. And it could have been in shock, you know. Somebody betrayed you, something betrayed you, you betrayed yourself. Allow the grief process, but also allow yourself an opportunity to appreciate the lessons that you're meant to understand through all of it, because that is wisdom. That will change your life going forward. When we have new experiences, we're like, oh, you know what you know. You start to know yourself more and more and more when we go through these really, really challenging experiences of just being devastated by feeling lied to, betrayed, backstabbed, or just brokenhearted. Yeah, you're going through another awakening too. Okay. Again, with the waiting game and the worry. So overall, we have the Justice card at the bottom here. So you are waking up to a new found perception of yourself and of life. You may be letting go and releasing a lot, and really rejoicing in the liberation of, I feel alive. Yet you don't know where you're going, and you seem to be waiting on something that just doesn't seem to come around, and it's really getting to you, Leo. It's getting in your head, and it's causing all these fears and anxieties and worry and stress. And oh my God, I'm going to be left out in the cold. I'm not going to have anything. What am I going to do? I have no direction. I have no guidance. I don't feel like I'm in control of my life anymore. And it's just like, look at all those swords, Nine of Swords. Everything is out to get me. It could even be this great paranoia, like everyone and everything is out to get me. Universe is out to get me. And so again, definitely practice being very present. Don't worry, okay? We're going to get one last message for you, Leo. And if you're liking this video so far, please click that like button below the video. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And feel free to comment. I love to read all the comments. So I appreciate all of you. I truly do. All right, last message for Leo. And if you're interested in booking a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can do that through my website, which is BeTheChange333.com. That information is in the description box below this video. Okay, final message for Leo, please. I was just going to say, as I was shuffling, I felt this tension in it and I felt it start to release. Self-love came out. Now Venus is still in Leo. Now working our way out of post shadow. I read that as self-love all day long. Taking good care of yourself, being kind to yourself, which means even your self-talk. That's important. What are the things that you say to yourself? Loving yourself. It's so important on this journey. It's so important. It's attraction. It's like attracts like. So if you don't like yourself, you're just going to keep attracting to yourself things you don't like. And that's the short end of the story. There's so much to this manifestation. I don't even like to go into it, but because it's not about getting what we want. Sure, we can get what we want, but the important part in it is, why are we here on this planet to begin with? What are we here to be doing? Learning, growing, evolving. All right, self-love. We always try to think so highly of the ones we love. We even give strangers the benefit of the doubt. But when it comes to self-love, many of us fall woefully short. To love oneself is to accept imperfection, embrace learning, and battle through the all-consuming fire of self-doubt in order to find the energetic balance inside each of us. Be aware of the small, insidious voice that perhaps repeats the negative self-assessment you had as a child. Maybe an ex-lover or friend put a label on you that you've accepted. These self-judgments have no place in a whole, healthy relationship that is vital to have with yourself. It's only when you find your love for yourself that you can sincerely offer love to others. So that's it in a nutshell. And it's really hard for the mind to grasp, wait, I just have to love myself and things are going to start to change outside of me? Yes. Yes. So you're not alone. And if you do have some alone time, it is because you are meant to get to know yourself, love yourself, accept yourself, become your own best friend, your own solid foundation. That will take you very far on this journey. So I hope you found this helpful for you, Leo. I'm sending you out so much love. Take care. Bye.